They saying how you make it in this truth without a bishop or a crew. Cause I'm the bishop and the pew. I put the Jew up in the juice. He put the loose up on my noose and showed me what I need to do. Said make the floor before the roof. Cause the rain is just a stain. And it rains on the blameless and the blame. And that would never change. Let me explain. It mean I got grounded before I grew a little. You act like you knew a lot before you knew a little. It's not complicated once you get rid of the riddles. You teach the top is just the middle. You worse than some spittle. The real truth is too big and you bruises are brittle. To catch this you need a net and I carry like Kittles. Why your faith never lag? My power showed me. How you make it out of that? My power showed me. Why you always coming strapped? My power showed me. How you able to see that? My power showed me. We're back, man, with another episode of the BOYECAST. So, I'm gonna bring the proof. We're gonna build back on this. What we was doing a couple days ago. And yeah, we're gonna do it like that. All right. So we left off on Turkmenistan. I don't think y'all understand how peculiar this place is, man. It's a very weird place. So let's continue to build on it. I got some more info. We're gonna watch a video too of you can just YouTube this and it's the first thing that pop up. But we're gonna go through it. You know what? I may play it, I may not. I don't know. We'll see how it go. But I do got some info, some more info, some crazy info. And what's crazy, most of these things and incidents and sightings are in the Middle East. So it's something very prominent in the Middle East that's going on. It's a place where everything is hidden at. It seems like it's Africa and quote unquote the Middle East is where everything is hidden at. That's why it's kind of like a barrier on these places. Certain places you can't even go, and you know, as a tourist or anybody, you can't just be in these places without certain type of stipulations. So we're gonna go back to Turkmenistan because it's more things that I didn't get to discuss about the place. Like I say, I do. Oh, real quick. I need y'all to keep me in tune with how things are looking on y'all end, because I did something today where it talks about, you know, clearing your cache and you know, erasing histories and stuff like that. So I'm doing everything I possibly can to make sure this comes out flawlessly as possible. Cause I just want to talk. When I'm talking, it's hard for y'all to hear if it's breaking up. So it's just frustrating when I hear the playback and there's a lot of activity going on. So I need y'all to let me know, like, okay, it's breaking up now, so I can see what I did or what I may need to do while it's breaking up. But to get back to Turkmenistan, I'm thoroughly convinced that giants are real. Like I said on the last video, I got to go 99% with everything I believe, because I'm gonna leave that 1% for if I have been misinformed. So, or if I just may have just took a wrong turn and need to get back on track. But I mentioned Afghanistan. People who don't know, Afghanistan is right there next to Turkmenistan. It's there. That's why I kept saying in the last video that I think they take whatever giants are in Afghanistan, probably come to Turkmenistan. It's a country, man, that nobody's in. It's 7 million people, and people don't even be driving around that often. Like, you can get on the roads and nobody there. And they spend billions of dollars. So where's all this money coming from? And why are you spending so much money? And it's not, and the buildings are immaculate, but it's not a place where it's promoted like New York City or Las Vegas or Tokyo. It's not promoted like that. So it's a lot of money going into these places that it seems almost futile, pointless. But their buildings, let's get this out there. Their buildings are made of a material that you wouldn't use unless it almost reminds me of what's that place that everybody going to now out in the Middle East? It kind of grew overnight. It was like 25 years, and it's like one of the most extravagant places. People go there all the time. I don't know why it slipped my mind. I'm getting old. But this place, they're built Turkmenistan buildings are made of marble. Marble. I'm gonna say it again. Turkmenistan. Let's put up some images. Turkmenistan buildings are made of marble. Why does this place that is hard for people to get into, hard for people to leave, and it's a population, quote unquote, of 7 million people, and these buildings, who they spend billions of dollars on these buildings, billions. It's one building alone is like their place they go to. Um, it's like the place they go to do their worship. Nobody's in the building, by the way, but they spent $1 billion on that building. It's like the capital place to go to do their worship. So $1 billion is spent on that building alone, and there is no reason to do it if nobody's going to be in there actually worshiping and spending their time in there. It should be a 24-hour circuit of people coming and going as you spend $1 billion on a building. It's made of marble. It's tons of buildings in that country made of marble. Marble will be the most expensive way to build anything. It's the most expensive way to build anything. And guess what their excuse is? Oh, it's help with the cooling of the environment because because the environment is so hot here. It helps with the cooling. You're a country that nobody knows about. You're an anomaly in comparison to everything around you. And you spending the most money on your buildings for coolant. It's a place of reverence. It's a place of it's a holy ground. And I'm gonna tell you what it's a holy ground for. Giants. This is a place where giants can go and be happy and safe and comfortable. So they spend billions of dollars on these creatures. I'm gonna call them creatures because honestly, let's be fair, we don't get the opportunity to see these people or creatures, excuse me, walking around and frolicking in their own, under their own will. So every time we hear about them, they eating people and destroying stuff. And this is from scripture. You can read this in the Asian culture, African culture, Russian culture. It doesn't even matter. Whatever culture you want to think about, from 1,000 BC to 1,000 AD, you're going to hear about giants eating people. That's just what they must have been doing. And everybody's not going to say the same thing if it's not true, right? Same thing with dragons. I'm gonna throw this out. It's cultures all over the world talk about dragons, right? And we all saying dragons ain't real. But then we discover dinosaurs, just as big, just as ferocious. But we say dinosaurs are real, but dragons ain't. When a dragon is like the identical thing of a thing on dinosaur. It's identical. It's nothing different outside of breathing fire, which they don't mention. Outside of that, but everything is identical. Big creatures that it just their anatomy is so profound and it's a mystery. We can believe in dinosaurs though, right? Because because they all came together and said we got to give them something because they keep finding these dragon bones. There's dragon bones all over the world, so we got to call them something else so we can kind of get away from that stigma of these cultures that were predate us being right about everything we read. Why write about something collectively in different cultures and different time periods have the same thing that almost identical. Certain creatures is one creature. It's like one of the biggest dragons. I forget his name. But everybody talk about this huge dragon. One of them that end up getting destroyed by some giants. The story is the giants killed a lot of those dragons. Now I don't know if giants, the real story behind the giants, is they're all completely evil, or I don't know about their benevolence or their malevolence, whatever. But I know for a fact now. I can't do for a fact. I gotta dial it back. I know for 99% of my studies to be what I believe, these things are real. And they had a prominent place in our society. And I think they still do. It's a place in Afghanistan. It was a military um it was a military group that went out in Afghanistan. They fighting people, destroying people. I got a article right here, right? Y'all could check this article out when y'all get a chance. It's called, we're gonna get into the topic again. I think it's called the enemy. Yeah, it's called the Enemy Unknown. It's on a site called the Havoc Journal. It's called The Enemy Unknown: High Strangeness in the Shadow of the Afghan War. All right. The Enemy Unknown. And there was a particular part I wanted to highlight where it talks about the giants, right? And it say giants on the feed. And there was one part in there where a soldiers mentioned how their crosshairs. He said, it was a lot of giants. Hold on one second. Okay. So it was um some giants who stood 3 to 4 meters tall, and they will be about, now these are snipers. So snipers ranges from um a good sniper can snipe from 500 yards to 1,000 yards. So we got snipers putting their crosshairs on these creatures on who they thought was people at first, but I mean, clearly they say they realized they were giants. And how they realized they were giants, give me a second. Hold on one second. Computer down, gotta charge it up. All right, we back. So how they realized they was giants, because they put their crosshairs on them, and they said, I'm gonna read it. It's um one of them said they found a super small a mud hut, which is where which is where I saw the giants. He said it was a super small mud hut, which is where I saw the giants. They were 3 to 4 meters tall. There's a ruler tool to help us um tell us how wide our crosshairs are. And it was people where the people that was there were tall as the crosshairs were wide. So they couldn't even, so when they, now you had 500 to 1,000 feet yards away, and the crosshairs that they put on these people, they were tall as the crosshairs were wide. Huge beings, huge creatures. Now this is in Afghanistan, right? And what's being reported now is Afghanistan is a hub for them. And where is Afghanistan close to? The city of damn mysteries. I'm telling y'all, Turkmenistan is a place for these people. And I'm gonna show y'all some proof of underground cities, but I want to keep y'all in tune with this. Afghanistan is next door to Turkmenistan, a country of 7 million people, unknown. Now, in this country of Turkmenistan, you can't go on the internet. That's right there is a red flag. It's a red flag for death. You can't go on the internet. You can't
really be in certain places at a certain time. You got to be where you're told to be. You can't be outside at a certain time. You can't be frolicking in any manner. No way, no how, no frolicking. Let me know if the volume is too loud on y'all. So no frolicking takes place in Turkmenistan, and it's right next to Afghanistan, where armies upon armies, soldiers upon soldiers are spotting giants. So Turkmenistan is a place almost like a prison, a beautiful prison. You can drive on these roads as a tourist, and nobody's outside. You can go to their places of worship where it is a place of worship that they paid $1 billion for a marble billion building, and it's a ton of marble buildings in Turkmenistan right now. And marble is the hardest, is the most expensive material to use to build a building. So even if their theory, even if what they're telling us is true about them building the buildings of marble so they can be more cool during during the hot heated summers and whatever times they deal with their heat to keep them cool, even if that's true, it is very expensive to do this. And to do this for the people sounds great, but where is the damn people? So you taking all this money and building these great things to keep your people cool, and we can't find no damn people. Out of 7 million people in your country, it's a goddamn mystery. Y'all YouTube it. It's a damn mystery. A country out in the Middle East, next to Afghanistan, the hub right now for giants, and we got a whole country that can't nobody. It's hard to visit in, and then once you get there, you see it's almost like a ghost town. But it's billions of dollars being spent. I'm giving y'all something because this is truly, truly real. You can YouTube it right now. I would like for y'all to while y'all watching this video, YouTube it or Google it, and you will find this stuff to be factual. Because one thing you can do is you can present something right out there and you can try to hide yourself. But once people start figuring you out, now you gotta kind of give them something so you don't seem too obvious. But what they gave us made it even more obvious that this is a place to hide something. It's obvious. It's a place to hide something. The citizens there are under total control. Total control. I mean, give you this. This is 2025, and you can't use the internet. You can't go to the outside world and say this is what we're doing in Turkmenistan. It's impossible. It's shut down. It's cut off. Why aren't people saying, hey, these 7 million people are being mistreated and abused? Let's highlight this on CNN. Let's highlight this on a Japanese network. Let's highlight this in Africa. Nobody's talking about Turkmenistan because it's a place that the whole world leaders have decided to hide giants. So you can't go there and on your willy nilly. And I talked about Antarctica. It's the same type of thing going on in Antarctica. I haven't found proof of it, but I believe it to be so. It's a treaty for Antarctica that all the world's power agreed on. Nobody can go to Antarctica. The ticket prices to get to Antarctica is from 50,000 to 150,000. Then I said to myself, is it to steer people away? But nobody wants to go to the code. Nobody wants to go to the damn code anyway. It's just to make it harder to get there. When you gotta lie and hide stuff, you become obvious. When you're trying to be sneaky, it becomes obvious. You walking around with an all black on with a ski mask on. Nigga, you be trying to be sneaky. You're trying to be sneaky. And it's obvious. So this is what we're dealing with. Obvious, misleading information is being put out, and we as a people either don't get the opportunity to critically think about it, or we don't care. And that's their plan. We don't need them time thinking about nothing, and let's make it where they don't even care. It's nothing going on in Turkmenistan. It's a big ass country though. It's not no little country of 7 million people and nobody's outside. Let that sink into your bloodstream. Google it. So you know I ain't a lot, and then come back and we can talk. But I got more information. Right now, we're talking about these giants, and I just mentioned how one of the guys is called on the it's called the article I'm reading is havocjournal.com, and it's about giants. And one of the soldiers mentioned him finding a super small mud hut. Why did he say super small mud hut? Was it in comparison to the giants? Because that seemed kind of oxymoronic, right? Super small mud hut, but his giants they don't even fit together. But anyways, he says super small mud hut, which where he saw giants 3 to 4 meters tall, and then he put the crosshairs on them, and it's a tool to measure your crosshairs. And he said the people couldn't even fit in the damn crosshairs. Like you couldn't put their whole bodies in the crosshairs. They were too big. And these are stories from stories and stories and stories upon soldiers who keep going there. Now, we had problems with Iran and Iraq and all this stuff, blase, blase, but nobody ever truly like went down to really put the hammer down on them folks. You know why? And look, what was the story? And I was piecing this together because I like to think about these things, right? Why did they say they have weapons of mass destruction? Why did they say Iraq had weapons of mass destruction? And then they get there and there's no tools, there's no gas that can destroy a nation, there's no bombs there, there's no mechanic, there's no mechanisms where they can do this type of destruction that America claimed. You know what I believe? The weapons of mass destruction are them damn giants. And they went over there like, listen, and they had to make a big scene about it. We're going over there and fighting. So the governments, what y'all believe now, y'all follow me. The governments just say people got to die for this meeting. They got to have a meeting, and it has to be a strange meeting. So people had to die for this meeting. But the meeting I think they concluded to was okay, these are the giants we got. Now we'll give y'all some giants, but we're not allowing y'all to come here and see what we do with these giants. Y'all can get a few giants because everybody wants a giant now. I believe everybody wants some of them giants. A lot of those giants are in Africa, but I think some of the giants that they got there are are more ancient giants, more some of the giants from the flood. From the mud. Some people call it the mud flood or the regular flood of water, but every culture talk about a flood. From the Bibles, the Egyptians, no matter if you predate or whatever, a flood actually happened. And I think some of the most strongest and ancient giants are in the Middle East. We call it the Middle East, which is really Africa and Asia. It's all connected, really. So this is what I believe, right? So, like I said, you can check this article out. It's a good read. You might find something in there that you haven't heard about, and yeah, so check that out. Uh, and we got the story of the giant of Kanar out there in Afghanistan, where these soldiers met this red-haired giant and they fought him. Some people got killed by him, and that story keeps running cycles. It won't go away because the people actually experienced that. And now, since they experienced that, they had to. We got to hide these niggas now. We can't let these giants be found all over the place. So now these giants are being reeled in into a country. The first place who I'm finding, it may be tons of more, because I know it got to be tons of more places. And I've got another place I want to show y'all. But the first place that I'm finding that these giants are hiding, these creatures are hiding at, is Turkmenistan. It got to be. It's right next to Afghanistan, and it's a country who got marble buildings. This place is showing you they're rich beyond means, beyond other countries. And you don't hear them in the news. You don't hear them in books. You don't hear about it. It's almost an invisible place. It's almost like it's a dome over it. And they have no access to the outside world, and we barely have access into that world, right? But I'm going to give y'all another place. And I want y'all to keep in mind too, them swords that we were talking about. on the last episode out there, and what was that? What was that place again? Let me bring it in. I'll be Norway. Okay, so we got Norway. The swords in Norway. If you want to check the swords of Norway, go to the last video, the last live. But we're going to get to another place. I think these giants are hiding. Now, this is what I don't want to do. I don't want to leave Turkmenistan because this place is crazy. But I do want to give y'all another place that I think these giants are hiding. And I'm going to butcher this name because I just tear names up. But it's out in Turkey. And y'all tell me this. Where the hell is Turkey next to? No, hold on now. Not because y'all, what y'all like to do is call people crazy. Where the hell is Turkey next to? It ain't too far from Afghanistan. So Turkey ain't too far from Afghanistan and Turkmenistan. But I'm going to give y'all these places in Turkey, right? I'm going to read it down real quick. Now, this name is sickening. But the name is Hold on. Derinkuyu, the underground city in Turkey. God damn it! It's just type in the underground city in Turkey, and it's 200. No, let's go 300 feet down. And I'm gonna give y'all some pictures, some images, and then y'all can see the name for yourself. But I wanted to give it a good try. I want to know what the real name is, and y'all, because I wanted to get my try in y'all here. But anyways, so this place. And wait till y'all see this. This is wild. Now, this posed the house I'm about to show y'all right now. Now, we talked about Turkmenistan. That's a country, right? And this is a little smaller, but I know Turkmenistan got the same exact thing going on. All right. Here we go. Let me stop sharing that. So we're going to get right to it. I want y'all to see this place, which I think Turkmenistan is the hub for, and these places. Now, this place may seem older, and that's another thing I wanted to point out. These places are predating a lot of the things around there, right? These are old underground tunnels and housing and buildings and underground societies, right? That's why I think Turkmenistan is building this extravagant thing on top to try to make like they're more modern than everybody because they have the most ancient stuff up underground. Just follow me. I don't care what y'all say. Just follow me. All right, watch this. Cause when you perpetrating, it's obvious. Why the hell you got marble buildings? That's because you got something more ancient than anybody. Now we're gonna share this. Let's get to it. Here we go. Look at this, y'all. Y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Are y'all seeing it yet? Look at it. Look at these buildings. Now, these supposed to house. Now, y'all check that name out. And y'all want to Google that name yourself? I need y'all to, actually. Because what I do when I bring information out, I say, y'all go look at it. And then y'all come back to me with more y'all find so we can build on it together. Because what I don't like to do is be the only one. I don't like to be the only one. All right. I like to learn more, and I know things I may catch and things other people may catch, certain symbolism people may catch, certain languages people may catch that I didn't see that I ain't privy to. So I need y'all to help me build this case upon Turkmenistan and them housing giants. But we're gonna go jump over to Turkey, and it ain't too far from Turkmenistan and Afghanistan. All right, but look at these places. These places are reported to house 20,000 people. 300 meters down. 300 meters down. Why would this exist? Who needs to be 300 meters down? And this is what I truly believe Turkmenistan has up under there. Now, if you got billions of dollars sitting on top of soil, how much more money did you invest in those ancient tunnels you got under there? Y'all look at this stuff. Y'all look at this stuff. I need y'all to see what I'm seeing. I'm gonna scroll down some more, but I want y'all to see the first top. Now look, I'm gonna pop this picture up. Now this is an illustration of what they can you see it? that may not be a good view. I need something to pop up bigger than that. Maybe there. Maybe can we blow it up some type of way? All right, but see, look, I just clicked on it. Matt, it holds 20,000 people, but that ain't what we want. We want to see the footage. But can y'all see that pretty good? I want to try to blow it up, maybe get a better image. These some small images, but this is real life. So let's click on one of the real pictures. Maybe we get a better view. Now look how ancient that look. Look how ancient that look compared to Turkey. What does Turkmenistan do finances compared to Turkey? Now I don't know, right? But 300 meters is 1,000 feet down, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's 1,000 feet down, man. And they're gonna and that's 1,000 feet down. People was willing to go. Let's be realistic. If I am an explorer with a little bit of conscience, now I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna try to find the most extravagant things. I'm gonna try to find the things, the unknown, the mysteries. But at a certain point, I'm gonna be like, hold on. How far are we down? We down 1,000? 1,000 feet? All right, y'all. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back and then report our find. We down 1,000 feet. You just saw a tunnel that goes deeper. Yeah, let's go up some. Let's go up some. Let's let's regroup and talk about our findings that we already done discovered. This stuff is scary. This is not some lightweight stuff. You go 1,000 feet upward. Let's go 1,000 feet upward. That's terrifying too. So we don't have the capability living in our BS lives to understand distances and mileage and feet. Anacondas. Some of y'all Google this. Anacondas are 30 feet long. Anaconda. That's a snake. An anaconda is a snake. And it's 30 feet long. Can you wrap your head around that? No. Let's lay down 3 basketball hoops. 3 basketball hoops. Lay them down on the ground. That's a snake who can move 20 miles an hour. Hey, hold on, because y'all don't like to wrap your head around reality and numbers. Let's take this anaconda again. It's 30 feet long. That's 3 basketball hoops. And it's moving as fast as you can run. This is the world we live in. We are not getting the same type of opportunities to experience life as others. And we are quick to judge and demean and talk stuff about the neighbors when we have not experienced a 30-foot anaconda can move faster than you can run. Alligator. Let's go to the alligator out in Florida. What's one of the biggest alligators out in Florida? This ain't even Afghanistan. This ain't even East Africa. This ain't even South Africa or the Congo. We're going to go Florida. 20 feet long alligator in Florida. That's 2 basketball hoops. You got a creature 20 feet long chasing you who can barrel roll every limb off your body in 2 rows, can snap everything you got going for yourself in 2 rows. We are not understanding this earth. And we got all the answers in the world, but can't understand simple things that people experience every single day. We talking Florida. It's a 20-foot alligator. Can you wrap your head around that? No. No, you can't. You in New York City talking about a fat, funky rat, and there's nothing in comparison to that, huh? This world is dynamic. It's supernatural. We cannot understand this place. And I'm going to bring it back again. How come that every culture talk about dragons? Every culture around the world talk about dragons. Dragons ain't real, y'all. But we got goddamn dinosaur bones. Don't a dinosaur look like a dragon? And say dinosaurs gonna do everything but breathe fire. Now y'all can fly. A lot of them can fly. A lot of them can swim. A lot of them were big as damn buildings, but they can't breathe fire. They just take that information out, right? But ain't no culture that didn't talk about dragons. From the Bible to the Hindus to the African to Egypt to Ethiopia, all the way to Japan, all the way to Korea, everybody, Russia, Moscow got dragons, right? But dragons ain't real. But we got these dinosaurs right here. They look just like them. They do everything they do except breathe fire. But they ain't dragons. They dinosaurs. Why do we got to be so stupid and believe everything somebody tell us because they tell us not to believe this, but give us the exact same thing and tell us it's something different? Nigga, we got 30-foot anacondas. We can see that this stuff has got to be real. And they tell us dragons are 100% real. I mean, dinosaurs are 100% real, but dragons are not real. And every culture in the world talked about these flying lizards. Come on, man. This is what I get fed up at. And then when I talk about this stuff, people go straight to, that's too far-fetched. But you go to Florida, it's 20-foot damn alligators. So I'm going to get back to this. In Turkey, this is 900 feet down right now. We're talking 900 feet down right now, underground city that poses to house 20,000 people. It's more than that. And the reason I'm bringing this up to correlate with Turkmenistan, the hub, I think it's the hub in that area, in that little area to house these giants. Now, if Turkey can have this in a little city somewhere off in Dukadangware somewhere, what can $1 billion, they making $1 billion buildings in Turkmenistan and making their buildings out of marble. It's the most expensive material to use to build buildings. And they say it's just keep people cool. So if you love your citizens so much, where the hell are they? Can't find 20 people kicking it in Turkmenistan of 7 million people. Y'all Google it. That's my catchphrase. Y'all Google it. That's been my catchphrase. Search it, research it. Can't find nobody in Turkmenistan. 7 million people building buildings worth billions of dollars. Nobody's around. Can't use the internet. You're cut off from the internet and you're cut off from people finding you. And giants live next door. Where the hell is the people? A brother told me on Facebook, and I didn't even think about it because I said on the last video they probably helping and nurturing these giants, keeping them safe, or helping them, find food and stuff. The brother said, "Hey, they probably are the food," and I said, "God damn." Because I didn't want to go that morbid with it. You try to give some life, some peace and some tranquility to everything. But goddamn it, he might be on to something. Turkmenistan may be the hub to feed the giants. It's 7 million people and you can't find nobody? That may be the hub to feed and house the giants. Because remember, I told y'all the story I got at first. It was a country only 35,000 people. Why did it go from 35,000 people from the research I got to 7 million? And it's neither here nor there. But the fact that you can't find no damn body in this country makes it even more prevalent that something freaky is going on. Something freaky, very freaky is going on in Turkmenistan. They are being, and the brother said, man, I think they eating them people. And I said, God damn, man. And this is why I always want y'all to come and give me something so I can present it too. So I can have to add more to what I'm building, my cases I'm building. Because I never would have thought that they will be eating those people. You know why I don't want to think that? Because that is not how I'm angling it. That's not how I'm looking at it. So I need another point of view to see it from a different side, which may be 100% correct, or another piece I can add so we both can come to to a better place and find 100%. But that brother said, "Hey, bro, I seen your video. I think they're eating them people out their country. That's why you can't find them damn people. Because you can Google it and you can YouTube it, you can research it. Ain't no damn people there, but it's 7 million people. It's a country." Hey, what am I supposed to do? Huh? What am I supposed to believe when you got a country of 7 million people and can't find no damn body? And then giants are being reported next door. And you got enough money to build these extravagant buildings and can't nobody experience the stuff. What's going on? Now we in Turkey right now, yo. And y'all Google this Turkey place because I told what is it? Dirk Ren Kunku. What I say? Darin Kuyu. I don't know. But I know it's an underground city over there. They say it's housing 20,000 people and they go 1,000 feet down. They go 1,000 feet down. What are we talking about? We talking about a cover up of giants. This is the case I'm building on this place. A cover up of giants. They have the money to do it. They have the experience of being surrounded by cultures and history, and all this stuff is right there in that middle. I call it the Middle East because it's still connected to Africa and Asia. So anyways, these places are hidden. This is a country hidden in the middle of very, very popular other popular countries, and a smack dab in the middle between well, it's more on the Afghanistan side. It's really connected right there. You can walk over the border right there. Turkey, you got to go over a little bit of water, but you can still get to them. Like, soon as you cross the water, you're right there in Turkmenistan. They're right next to each other. And it's an underground place in Turkey, a little rinky-dink town, city, that got these great extravagant tunnel mazes that go 1,000 feet down. Why wouldn't a place worth hundreds of billions of dollars not have the same thing? And you ain't gonna see Turkmenistan underground places. Because the brother said once you go down and you ate, you dinner. It's probably a big ritual and everything. It's a whole nother place down there. So the cover up is all this money they spend and put on top of it, and everything under is even worth more. Why can't we come to that conclusion? Because where the hell is the people at? Where are y'all housing these people at if they're not on the damn surface? We can't find no people on the surface. Turkmenistan, man. Craziest thing I've seen in a while. I got more of this stuff. And we're gonna go through everything. We're gonna keep going through until we all come to some resolve. And this is just day 2. And we're gonna get to some resolve. Because ain't no way you can spend billions of dollars on the surface and can't nobody be found. Why is it not promoted like Vegas or New York or Tokyo? Why is it not promoted like these places? It seems like y'all got just as much money, but can't nobody be found. Do that make sense to anybody? What a common sense. It don't make no sense to anybody. What excuse can you tell me that I will be like, okay, maybe you're right. Let me think. Is radiation? Nope, that don't make no damn sense. It's a communist. Nope, that don't make no damn sense. Because even in what is South Korea or North Korea, you can still see the people. You can still see the people. So that don't make no sense to me. Aliens took everybody. Oh no, that don't make no sense to me either. We're gonna go. They underground. That makes the most sense to me. They underground. Y'all can Google it. Ain't nobody to be seen, man. Yeah. Hey, so we gonna continue building on this. It's only day 2. I may change the segment. We're gonna come back with Giants Part 3 soon. But I may have some other things I want to share with y'all in between there. But yeah, we're not done with this because I got tons more. Make sure y'all hit that bell because I go live whenever I can get the time to. I go live and I get the information and I get it together and I'm like, all right, come on, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I try to plan it out a couple hours ahead because I'll be like, okay, well, today seemed kind of cool. Let me go ahead and jump on here for an hour or two. So that's how we're gonna do it. So y'all click that notification bell. Make sure y'all ready around. That's usually around the time I get on. And y'all study this stuff too. Bring some information to me. Come back to this page. Whatever information y'all got, make sure y'all putting it on the right videos. Okay, that way it make it easier for me to just note it. I can note them off the videos, off the title and everything, so I can keep everything organized. And then we build off that. But y'all ain't gonna tell me Turkmenistan ain't the craziest country that you done heard of in a while or ever. Then we got more places like this. This is where we're gonna start. We're gonna build the case from here and go forward. Right next to Afghanistan, where the people saying people are getting ate up. Y'all can Google the story about the Kadar giant that they actually fought. He was ripping their asses up. They ended up killing them, but he was tearing them up. And that was one. And these are multiple sightings of people out there in Afghanistan, soldiers, even the civilians, reporting that they are being either attacked, have sightings, or know of people, or know of where they are located, know of where these creatures are located. We ain't running from this. They told us dragons weren't real, but then give us dinosaurs. Okay. Well, y'all gonna rock with that? Y'all gonna believe that? The supernatural is the natural. But we've been so disconnected from it, it seems weird to us. Only thing you know is a tow motor, a forklift. Only thing you care about is getting gas. Yeah, nah, I ain't living in that world. And I encourage you not to live in that world. That's the world of death. That's the world of misinformation. That's the world that disconnects you from spirituality, whether it be God or whether it be any type of enlightenment. That world disconnects you from that. Oh, we going back to the stars too. I got my telescope. I still haven't got a clear day. We are experiencing a lot of clouds and rain. It's been going on for like a good month now. Very weird, very peculiar. Well, we gonna get the telescope popping, and we gonna look at the moon too, because we going underground right now with these giants, but we about to go upstairs. So like I say, I got the giant segment, and then we're gonna go to the stars. Last month I tried it, and my piece wasn't working right. It was very frustrating, but you can check that video out. A lot of people was frustrated with that video, and I understand. But I was out there with the telescope, and I was trying to hook my piece together, and the brother said, "Why you ain't have it already hooked together?" And I totally agree. Um, I totally agree. I should have had it already hooked together. But like I say, when I got time, I just go, okay, I got an hour. Let me get some stuff together. And then when I got everything together, I realized, damn, the piece ain't. I can't work the piece. But we was out there. Y'all can see the telescope I had. We was out there, and we're going to continue to be out there. But right now, we're gonna find these giants. We're gonna build more cases on this. I got more info. I want to keep these videos under an hour, so I can have this information and we can just build on it segment after segment. So now after we started the first video with Turkmenistan and Afghanistan, now we build it in. We threw in Turkey. We understand that it's underground cities now. So now we coming back to Turkmenistan and say, where the hell is the people? Is they underground like Turkey's people, like the city in Turkey? I would say yes. I would say yes. All right. All right, man. So we're gonna conclude this video. Giants Part 2, Giants Part 3 coming soon. Click the notification bell. That way, as soon as I go live, y'all be right there with me, and we can start jumping right into it. Sometimes I have to wait a little bit to get, to make sure I'm settled down. So it may take 2 or 3 minutes for the video to start playing, for the live to start playing. But y'all be with me when we jump into it. And yeah, so like I say, click the notification bell. Make sure y'all getting that. Like, share. Let's build on this. I got some more stuff I want to talk about too. We going from the underground, we going to the sky, and I want to get on this surface. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with these um um these rocks. We're gonna call them rocks for now. I got a lot of stuff, man, I want to talk about, a lot of supernatural stuff, and the supernatural natural. That's what I want to call it. I call it supernatural so y'all understand where I'm going, but then I want to know y'all where I want to land. So supernatural natural. Appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. We're gonna be back again with Giants Part 3. We're going to the sky this next week too. I'm gonna get one of these days. As soon as it clear up, I'm just going. I'm just going live. I might have to do it from my phone, but we're gonna go live right real fast. So y'all click the notification bell again. I know I'm saying it again, but I don't care. Click the notification bell. All right, y'all. Blessings to y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I pray y'all do well enough to do well enough, man. Take care of somebody, and hopes in return that they take care of you. But just make sure you're doing good. We need people to do more good in this world. All right, blessings everybody. Much love.
Your faith never lack. My power showed me how you make it out of that. My power showed me why you always coming strapped. My power showed me how you able to see that. My power showed me